Okay, wine number three. Continuing that vein of wanting to be a little more classic this month as we are in the holiday season and mode. I wanted to have a red Bordeaux. We've had white Bordeaux and we've talked about it and written about it. It's underrated wine. Um, I'm going to say red Bordeaux is underrated too. Now, of course, people think of Bordeaux and they think of expensive first and second and third and fourth and fifth growths classified wines. But Bordeaux is a big winemaking region and growing some classic grapes. And if you know what to look for and find the right wines, you can get excellent values for the price. And this is a really good example for a wine that is probably easily under $25. That has ageability, but something that you can drink now and has really great ratings. I mean, this wine here, the Chateau de France Les Cerisiers 2016, again, another 2016 wine, I think had like a 93-point rating and made a list of best Bordeaux under $35 and that are age worthy too. This is an interesting wine, and interesting because of its history. The property itself goes back a couple thousand years. From the year 115, I'm not leaving a number out, until the Battle of Castellon and sometime in the 1540s, I think. It was under British rule. And they lost in that battle, and the French took it back over. But it was a military installation, not just a manor house. And there were 300 soldiers living there with their families at one time. There's still an arch from the 1600s on the property at that time. So back in the 1980s, two Bordeaux childhood friends, Hebrard and Desboyard, and you'll see their names on the label there. One was co-owner of Chateau Angelus, and the other was co-owner of Chateau Cheval Blanc. Angelus being, I think, only about 15 minutes away from this winery. Both super premium, premier wineries in Bordeaux. Angelus, which I had the pleasure to actually taste back earlier this year, is you can get a bottle, I think, for $440. So not to say this is the same wine, but same region, not too far away, Cotes de Bordeaux. They realized that this was a great future area, undiscovered area. We talk about left bank, right bank. In Bordeaux, this is over to the right and sort of out of the way, and I think they saw this as a long-term project that had a lot of promise, and it certainly has turned out that way. Their pedigree is fantastic with wineries they've been involved in, and the wines have gotten a reputation to be really excellent values in Bordeaux, and they are out there. The majority of wine made in Bordeaux is table wine, good table wine, and they're blenders. So this is actually 90% Merlot, 10% Cabernet Sauvignon. It is not going to taste like the old cocktail party Merlot of the 80s and 90s. I promise you that. Again, it's got some ageability, so there's going to be some tannin structure there. It's going to have a little bit more backbone from that addition of the Cabernet Sauvignon. It's got some barrel aging as well. Really versatile. This is a really good kind of meat and protein dinner sort of wine, good holiday meal wine for different types of red meats, roasts, things of that nature. I had tasted it first, which is kind of interesting, at a Bordeaux event back in September at Contento. Contento is like one of the hottest new restaurants in New York. It's in Harlem, and it is owned in part by Yannick Benjamin, who is a wheelchair-bound sommelier who's won some major awards this year. And he built a restaurant up there that would serve all sorts of people, even with disabilities, and he works the floor. And the tables are adjustable and all. He works the floor in his wheelchair. And so, tasting these excellent Cotes de Bordeaux wines at this event, this was one that really, one of the ones that really resonated. So I was glad that we were able to get it and get it in. And again, like the other wines, not wines you're going to find everywhere. Not wines you're going to necessarily hear about or read about, but all of them have received really, really good ratings. They're all wines I think that are really good. And again, classic without being totally classic. Again, this is they're not household names, but they're styles I think that people will enjoy, and really well-made wines, and excellent pedigree with the people behind them. All three of those wines. So that's it. See you soon.